What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Josh's Review Corner. On today, we're doing another first reaction. This time, it is to Fern's I Came in God's Name. This project, ever since I found out that it existed, I was very excited for it. Obviously, I reacted to and interviewed Caleb, who is the producer for Fern's earlier release this year, The Proper Tape. I love that tape a lot. In fact, it has only grown on me. I find myself continuously going back to that and listening to it, not only for the production, but also for Fern's raps. Some of the tracks that I didn't give the most warm reaction to have grown on me a lot. I forget what the track was called, but it's the one it's the incredibly sample heavy track towards the back half of it. I think it's the track before the outro. But I heard about this project being executively produced by Marchesi, and whenever I heard that, I got excited. If you've checked out other videos on the channel, you know that I did a conversation corner with Marchesi, and so I'm very excited for this project. I'm interested to see if it's gonna go a lot like The Proper Tape, where we have Fern rapping in the first part of a lot of these tracks, and then we're letting the production speak for itself on the back end. But we'll just get right into it. This is I Came in God's Name by Fern and Marchesi.
So, back in 97 to 2003, I lived in South Florida as a part of the Plantation Worship Center, which became the Faith Center. And one of our partner churches was the Tabernacle of Christian Faith, which Fern's dad is a pastor. And I was one of the youth and young adult pastors on staff, and we'd always partner with their group and every person we interacted with, and everybody would be asking where he was, and he's running the streets, we're praying for him, it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen. So we have 300 kids at different events, at different concerts, and everybody's just like, it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen. So I've never met him. Like, I've seen him once or twice, never met him. And then years ago, like just a couple of years ago, it came to light that he was in the Social Club Misfits, and I'm like, that's dope. But to see it on stage the other night, doing what we prayed for, like by name we were praying for these nights, these Friday nights, the kids there, these concerts that we did. So it's just really special to see the full circle of the prayers being answered for a specific person. And that's the importance, looking at the camera, that's the importance of people praying specifically by name for your loved ones.
So that is the Answered Prayers intro, and I didn't introduce the song name, but this is very similar to The Proper Tape in the fact that there's just a formal intro. In fact, that was a bit of storytelling, unlike The Proper Tape intro, which just kind of had Fern just kind of doing his braggadocio thing. But this was more of a cool little full circle moment story, really dang cool. I think this is going to transition into the next track, which is Audio 9048.wave. So let's listen.
Marchesi.
This is one of the joints I heard on the snippets.
This that gunner elegance right here. This what I'm talking about. I ain't gonna lie. It sound royal at the same time. This sounds 6'8" right there on the block with it, right? Let me tell you a little bit something about myself. I was on the road full time. I went back to work. I swear to God, I felt like a jerk. Fern Joe, meet the humbling. Everybody cool in they raps, I find that troubling. Ain't nobody real in they raps, they all bubbling. Most of us got 2 or 3 jobs, we all juggling. What you know about the 40-year squeeze? I tend to business like no one has ever seen. This that grown-up talk that been missing. Too many kids in a...
Can I talk about that for a second? I am so and I was watching some of his earlier interviews on Radio U and some other things he had been doing. And also, by the way, I do want to do a conversation corner with you, Fern. If you're watching this, please hit me up. But I want to talk to that. The mature rap, man, like the wisdom rap. Like, I feel like there's so much of that just missing in the space. And he says, like, people don't want to keep it real, and everybody's got 2 to 3 jobs that they juggle in. Like, I just love the fact he's tackling real subject matter. Because on the side, this dude also works in aviation, which is pretty dang cool. I think that's really cool, in my opinion. I don't think it should be looked down upon if you have a job in addition to the music stuff. In fact, I think that's even doper. If you ask me, that's so cool. So I just love the fact that we're getting some grown-up raps here. And then this beat, this sample is really nice. And then those drums coming in and the bass coming in was super smooth. So really digging this.
Room, it smell pissy. Yeah. slow your speed, young man. You see what they did to him in the streets, young man. I seen it. I'm Mufasa, my little son symbol. I told him streets cold, wasn't talking about the symbol. They been that way, humble. This that father-son music. Play this for your family members. Remember you was on his mind before the ascension. This beyond your mind, retention and comprehension. Jesus who I follow, no follows or awkward mentions. Jesus had disciples at Apollo, I got some henchmen. Kanye crashed out, Charlie Kirk died. First spit the gospel, I'm focused and clear eye. I will not be hostile, I'm drying your tear eyes. I come in peace, no need to fear. For every time they told you that you couldn't win. They tried to spin your block, I told them suckers spin again. Come on, If self-esteem was a person, and if we never meet, just circle back to my verses. If self-esteem was a person, and if we never meet, just circle back to my verses. Fern.
Wow, I mean, dude, I really love this verse, because on the proper tape, we get that on that track I was mentioning that was very sample heavy. That was a big storytelling track, but for the most part on that project, it's really just Fern kind of just like in his braggadocio bag and his rapping bag. But he also has that personal storytelling. But I feel like in that song, I got a whole lot of storytelling in that, and also just like that wisdom rap that he was talking about. This is incredible. I'm really digging how I Came in God's Name is coming in, because it shares a lot of similarities with the proper tape, but Marchesi is bringing his own swag and flair into it, and so I just love it. I love it. Yeah. Wow, really dang excellent track. That was audio 94.8.wave. Really dang solid track. The production was excellent. Those drums and the sample. The sample is so minimal but so great, and it just keeps that beat moving. And then when you get to those drums, the drums just come in so nice. The bass comes in so nice. And Fern obviously just spitting, man. Really dug that track. This next track is called Kings. Let's get into it.
Cats ain't built like I'm built. Matter of fact, they just cats, they need milk. Need some milk. What you thought this was, cause it is not that. I don't know what you are doing, it is not rap. These drums got me on my tribal. I have no rivals, nobody could do what I do. Yeah, twice the...
Oh my gosh, bro. Bro, no freaking way. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Dude, it's rare that there are times where I hear a beat that just makes my jaw drop. Holy crap, that was insane. Did you guys just hear that? First off, I thought it was going to be a very sample heavy track, but when the instrumentation came in with that sample, I'm just like, whoa, because that instrumentation and even like the little sample switch was like, that was different. Like, I'm rewinding this track from the beginning. We're running that back.
Cats ain't built like I'm
this
built.
Is so cool.
Matter of fact, they just cats, they need milk. Need some milk. What you thought this was, cause it is not that. I don't know what you are doing, it is not rap. These drums got me on my tribal. I have no rivals, nobody could do what I do. Yeah, twice the age of all my colleagues. Guess I'm one of those, cause I'm not showing no signs of stopping. I'm only stopping foes. This is what a winner sound like. Hear it in my tone, but you can feel it every sound bite. I didn't fall off, you fell off me. But I still can't get the state to drop this felony.
That boy said you fell off. I didn't fall off, you fell off me. Boy, let me tell you, boy, that boy Fern right. Because, dude, Fern never lost it, bruh. Fern has had it, bruh. Oh my gosh, let's continue.
They still remember me, still waiting, but I did file for clemency. Maybe one day I'll get back my rights, but until then, God, he takes care of my life.
I like that.
Teaching my kids early what I learned late. In 2010, I had them going crazy with the Fern tapes. That was the foundation for it, now like 15 birthdays. Still going crazy with the verses, Lord have mercy. Fernie, there's gotta be more, no there has to be. Fern make them say, like Master P. gotta say, but rapping because of me.
It's so cool, this sample.
What's up, son? Marchesi.
And even a different vibe on the outro. Marchesi, you're doing too much, man. It's crazy, boy. And bruh, that was Kings by Fern and Marchesi. Gosh dang, that track was good. Hang on. That's an instant add to my playlist. I could have added the first track to my playlist. In fact, I probably am. But that track is insta add to the playlist. Like, first off, that whole thing he was talking about, the felony, he's still trying to get his rights back, the lesson he's given to his children. This also reminds me of an interview he did back in like 2019. I forget what the publisher or the outlet was called. It's like This Is Me or something like this. He talks about extreme accountability in that, and even in the proper tape, you hear that on the track. Not a product of my environment. I'm a go-getter. I should have known better. I mean, I just love the fact that Fern talks about that. And I mean, that goes to that whole wisdom rap. Gosh dang. And then the Master P, the bar, like, God, bruh, like, this is insane. That beat was insane. Like, gosh dang. Everything about this so far is excellent. It's a 3 for 3 right now, if I include the intro. This next track is called Most Def. Let's get into it. Gosh.
Marchesi.
Oh no, dude! Do you see this? This ominous. Oh no! I feel like something dastardly is about to happen.
Yeah, Marchesi let the beat drop. He one of the greatest since Pete Rock. Yeah, we gon' make a classic like a G-Shot. Watch this for all the whackness you been hearing. It's a detox. Nike over Reebok, jumping higher than the treetops. At this point you cannot see. Can't see 'em. You cannot be humble then turn around say you need props. EP drop, no one cared, your whole team flop. Y'all took a pic together, but they cropped you out that fast. Guess you wasn't on the chosen route. I don't follow scripts, I'ma write my own. I'm blessed with the best.
Oh my gosh, bro! I cannot believe this. Like, obviously, I know Marchesi is a different producer than Robo 2K, but I just love how different the styles are. Like, Robo 2K is so heavy on the sample usage, and he does have good drums, but like, you can tell with like Marchesi, he's like very much so like very big on the drums. He likes to use the samples, but he really likes to bring in those drums and do some crazy stuff with those. And like, dude, this is just wild. I'm so impressed by the production, but I'm also just impressed by how Fern is flowing on this, what he's rapping about. I mean, some of these bars were just crazy. The whole G-Shock stuff, I mean, it's crazy, man. Crazy.
Faith in Christ alone. I've been everywhere you could never go. Right here, baby. You talking about guns? Come on, let it go. Sheesh. Such a fascination over hibernation. It's the feeling I get when I listen to how you phrase it. I mean, rapping ain't for everybody. Oversaturation made the business flop. We gon' get it back to its proper form. Proper business model change, but still I perform. Fern. Yes, let the beat play. Let it. Got the track running like relay. It ain't free pay. Got it on deck like East Bay. Remember what? Let the beat play. Let it. Got the track running like relay. It ain't free pay. Got it on deck like East Bay. Remember?
East Bay, bruh, come on, bruh.
Get a drummer song.
Yeah, and that was Most Def by Fern and Marchesi. Dude, that is just craziness. The drums are insane. Fern's flows are crazy. I love the Pete Rock mention. Shouting out Marchesi there, the best since Pete Rock. I mean, I love that, bro. I love that. That track is another banger. This is 4 for 4, man. 3 for 3 on the actual songs. We're freaking going crazy up in here. Next track coming up is Van A. Segir. So let's play that.
Háblame.
Háblame.
Pues aquí, Barney. ¿Van a seguir? Pues seguro que vamos a seguir.
Talk to me.
¿Van a seguir? Habla, Marino. Eso te toca la pantalla. Toca las streets con los stripes en la calle se llama raya. Hablando claro, vine para dominar el mercado porque el flow imposible más frío que un helado.
Dude, I love that Fern getting into the Spanish bag, man. I love this Spanish bag. And it's just like, it's such a different switch up from what we've been had on this project. Like, a lot of this so far was that boom bap 90s stuff. And in some respects, it has some of those elements. But this is even going more in the trappy feel. I love the switch up. It's so swaggy.
No soy igual del mercado para decirte el futuro, pero sí sé que no me vas a tratar como un burro. Esto es para ti, esto es para ti, para ti. Made in Puerto Rico, Luis Muñoz Marín. Muñoz Marín.
Shout out Puerto Rico.
Entraron los boricuas. Conmigo no se sienta nadie si no tiene cita. Dicen que mi música sirve de salvavidas. Todavía están comiendo chispeque con papas fritas. Estoy en nueva escuela con maestro clásico. Yo que me da viento estoy volando rápido. Escribo en el teléfono, no uso lápido. Y también no me preocupo, mi Dios está en todo control. En todo momento. Van a seguir, porque yo sigo, papi. Van a seguir, van a seguir.
I love that horn sample. It's almost like the intro to a movie or like the intro to a Western standoff. I just love that part, man.
Claro, habla claro, van a seguir. ¿Por qué sí? Habla claro. Everything I need DJ Crew to scream on here, baby. Habla Cristian. Talk to him. Habla. En todo momento. Habla de Ariel. Habla Danilo, habla. Habla Jodri. Habla Ronnie. Maestro. Estamos aquí. Afuera.
And that was Van Seguir. Freaking crazy track. I love the fact that he went completely Spanish on that joint. Love the homage to Puerto Rico. I mean, everything about this joint, bro. This is so impressive. Because if you would have asked me, I'm expecting purely boom bap joints after the first couple of joints I hear. And then to get a trap little joint with that horn sample, I mean, this is insane, bro. Like, I cannot stress or getting over this enough. The fact that how good this is. We're 5 for 5 now. And we got another track coming up. The next track is Send 'Em In. Let's hear how this joint goes. I am scared, bruh.
Okay, say, let me tell you about my God, baby. He's been so good to me. Oh yeah. Clap.
Bruh, these horns, I don't know where this is about to go, but these horns remind me so much of like Jay-Z Reasonable Doubt era of the 90s. Like, those horns just give me those big vibes, bruh. And I'm interested to see where Fern goes with this.
Friday. Oh, what you thought? You wasn't gonna get this word, man? Yeah. Okay. North side, south side, west side. You know I can't forget that east side. Now this ain't no B-side.
Oh no, this is different.
Watch me slide. Only one with the flow like B.I. Little whippers, slippers, that's knee high. Remember that next time you try to see next time you try to see VIP from all the work I did. First rapper to get beats from CID. That street runner when they use the S key. Live with the trend that he sounded like Swiss. I sounded like Dre, but then I became this. The one that the rappers be wanting to miss. I be at the line every time with the switch. The jump man low will look just like my twin. I do not flop or raise it just to win. I get it in every time I go hard. Round of applause, can't forget to say pause. This the big homie, you know it. I know you got love, but can't show it. It's crazy you bucking my post, but for sure guarantee you'll be up in my stories. All my rings, same team, I'm Jordans. All yours, different teams, Robert Horvey. Different strokes, different folks, I'm different. God bless, thank you all for listening.
This dude, Fern, can just not stop flowing. Like I said in the proper tape reaction, this dude's flow is eternal. And for this to go in that trap direction, like I said, a pleasant surprise. Was not expecting to get trap beats on here, but Fern is killing them. And the way he's coming into the beat is so unorthodox. I was not expecting that flow. It threw me off and it just drew me in even more. Loving it.
In the story, all my rings, same team, I'm Jordan. All yours, different teams, Robert Horvey. Different strokes, different folks, I'm different. God bless, thank you all for listening and the story. Fern. Hats. Fern. Marchesi.
Yeah, and that was Send 'Em In. Wow, gosh, dude, he just can't miss right now. They just can't miss. Marchesi and Fern cannot miss. They're doing a really good job, man. I would say that so far, Send 'Em In, out of the ones I've heard, probably my least favorite. But when I say it's my least favorite, I don't mean it's bad. I mean that everything else is 10 out of 10. That was like a 9, 8 out of 10 type deal. So, I mean, this is insane, bruh. Insane. Next track we got coming up is Freedom for My Boy. So let's listen. Let's tap in.
Bring it back from the top, man. Shut me up.
Low-key little sample.
Yeah. Guess I gotta take 'em back to the dat tape. Before the proper one, before the choppers rung 86 Cadillacs, the Danville, the passing son. Rap, I'm Josh Allen, I'm just trying to dot my passing son. Super Bowl flow, this human so cold with the words that a jacket wouldn't do enough, bro. Add to that I do aviation. How could you be flyer? Things I work on actually in the sky. How could you get higher?
I love it. He
Feels
talks
like
about
Groundhog Day. You're Ned Ryerson. I made these songs crossover. I'm Allen Iverson. I was tied to sin. Now they know I'm about to win. I've been here before. It's only right I'm back again. No slacking, never lacking with a 70s lean. 90s mindset, but currently spitting this beat. Know what I mean?
Oh my gosh, don't tell me this is about to switch. Dude, this project just continues to keep me on my toes. I'm expecting it maybe to go back to the more boom bap, the drum heavy stuff, or maybe the trap stuff it continues on. Nope, we're gonna go to completely sample based stuff, not even drums, just very low key. And Fern's just rapping about his life, he's rapping about his job. You heard him talk about that aviation, that's what I was talking about earlier, that's what he does for work. Really dang cool. Love the fact he's talking about that. And then did you just hear this sample switch? I'm going to rewind this about 10 seconds. Listen to this sample switch. This sample sounds insane.
Only right, I'm back again. No slacking, never lacking with a 70s lean. 90s mindset, but currently spitting this beat. Know what I mean? Marchesi. How's he doing, man? How's he doing? That's what I do, man. Who's spitting this mean? I ain't talking about no age. Who's spitting this me? It ain't nothing, baby. At all. Fernie. Marchesi.
Stays in that low key bag. Love it. I love what Fern's doing with this, man. And that was Freedom for My Boy. It has a lot of the elements from the proper tape where Fern is rapping for the majority of those intro parts of the song, and then he really just lets the production and the producer speak to you. A lot of times I think rappers don't want to give the producers the shine, and so they just rap over the beat a lot, or they don't even mention the producer in their credits. But what I love about Fern is how he elevates the producer. He lets the producer's work speak for itself. He gives them that air to breathe and show you what they're doing and their artistry's like. I love what Marchesi's doing, man. I love what Fern is doing. This is another one of them great tracks. This next song coming up is called Goodbye. Let's see what it's about.
Marchesi. Fernie. Had to say goodbye to the game. Hello to real. This is more than music, little brother. You know the deal. Guilty verdict warrant ain't taking back for appeal. These words I strung together have made me more than a meal. Split it with the team in that IRS bill. Words like these you ain't gonna find. You can't look for them. Chefing for a minute, the streets I used to cook for them. Illest ever out of my city, there is no question about it. Talking for years, not just lately. You could forget about it. Said the trends never stood to.
Another insane sample usage. The chop is crazy. The drums coming in are so nice. Fern talking very testimonial. He's talking about what he was doing on the streets. He was cooking on the streets. If you listen to his testimony, I believe he wasn't just doing crack. I think he was actually selling the crack. And so that's what he got in jail for. But this is just like, he's talking about that testimony, and I just love how real Fern keeps it, man. Just, that's all you got to do. Keep it real.
That's not the way I do it. Make my own path out of Broward and made it out with music. Francis Chan with the flow, I'm convicted, I'm through it. Hello, say time goodbye. No one came to save you, but Jesus, everyone else alive. How you just forgot about Fernie? How they made you that blind? Marketing the ads, what they use to move them up in line. I keep it organic, they can't mess with the pen and the rhymes. Guitar solos, if I feel at the drop of a dime. Me and Marchesi, rappers can't play me. I will call your phone with the pressure if I need straightening. Damn Fern, why you talk like that? Cause I stand on 10 and walked out my raps. I've been to places where you ain't coming back, just to get some contacts, not just somebody that raps. For the culture, that's a statement for the natives. Outsiders, the vultures, they wanna raid us. Fern heat up like Las Vegas, I bring the Raiders. Fight the good fight for eternity, we gon' praise them. Good, man. And it's a flow from the heavenlies. 2025, but was born in the 70s. That was 7-9, still I grind to the 10th degree. Vengeance will be mine, said the Lord, so I let it breathe. Fern.
That was fine. I let it breathe. Dude, that was fine.
I had to rearrange my circle for anybody that's hateful. I love it. Why? Fernie.
Wow, dude, that was Goodbye by Fern. Another banger. That joint got added to my playlist immediately. In fact, I'm going to be honest with you. The way I like to enjoy projects, or just if I like a project a lot, is I just listen to it all the way through. I don't even add it to a playlist. I just listen all the way through, and then I have it pre-saved and everything like this one. Dude, I'm going to be listening to this project all the way through for the rest of my time because, dude, this project is just, it's 8 for 8 right now, and we're going into track 9, and it just hasn't missed. This is insane. So, this song is called New Yeezys. Let's see what Fern does. Let's see what Marchesi does, man. Marchesi's production killing it. And even like the slight switch up in the sample in that song was just incredible. So let's continue. New Yeezys.
Marchesi. Well, here's a cautionary tale. Everybody posting out here trying to make a sale. Me, I make the music for my people safe in jail. And for when they get home from being locked up in a cell. Be well. And I've been on both sides. Everyone can't make it. I thank God that I survived. Never was forsaken. He's the reason I'm alive. Could've died 1,000 deaths. Almost felt my dying breath. Jesus resurrected me, restored me with a lion's chest. Every time I rhyme and play back, I feel like I am best. I can like go ahead and criticize, compare me to the rest. Play me back, then come back in the comments. Let's lay this to rest. Only way I'm washed is in the blood of the Lamb. That Passover
that was
flow,
fire.
Been passed over.
Only way I'm washed is in the blood of the Lamb. Bruh, fire.
I was chosen since inception, this is big stepping. Iverson over Tyronn Lue, this that big pressure. Stop playing, I'm not, I'm saying. What you saying, big? I'm saying you can feel however you want, you just cosplaying. Facts over feelings every day for me. Truth always comes out, you just wait and see. Forever in the day, faith bigger than the mustard seed. And with the flows, I thank y'all for putting trust in me. Thank you. You know what time it is, classic Casio watch. And you know when it's time, I'll be in the spot. Fern. And I've been on both sides. Everyone can't make it, I thank God that I survived. Never was forsaken, he's the reason I'm alive. Could've died 1,000 deaths. Almost felt my dying breath. And I've been on both sides. Everyone can't
Very
make
real
it, I
subject
thank God
matter,
that I survived. Never was forsaken, he's the
Really loving the subject matter. He's just keeping it real. I could have died 1,000 times. I mean, like, just talking about where he was at in his life and how far he's came from that, right? I mean, it's just incredible.
And I'm alive, could have died 1,000 deaths. Almost felt my dying breath.
with that joint on the production. I mean, like I said, it's a very different switch up. It's boom bap, right? But those drums are so heavy. Those drums are a lot bassier than your typical boom bap drums, and so it's just different drum usage, different ways of flipping them, different I mean, it's so good. I honestly, out of the tracks I heard, I'd probably give that one like 8-7 out of 10. I love the subject matter that Fern tackles, the realness of it, the testimonial aspect of it. I just think in comparison to some of these other joints, like, holy crap, like those other joints are like freaking insane. But that joint was really cool. I like that one a lot too. But we're coming up on our last track. This joint has flown by for me. Like I feel like I could listen to this another 50,000 times. I mean, this joint's insane. So this is our final track on the project. It is called Good Citizen. Let's get into it.
Check, yeah. Oh yeah, proper. Very much so. Fern. Marchesi. Oh yeah. Okay. I'm ready. So help me God. So help me God. I'm 46 years old. They say for rappers that's old.
Oh, this is disgusting.
And the trapper turned cold. People now in charge. I had on payroll and rehire. They been smoking mirrors, but I'm ballin' till I retire. Yeah. They have the bar set too low. It's time to reach higher. In my wisdom error, you in error. Let me teach sire. Lead higher. Expose you liars. Closest one to who. Y'all know who. No ceasefire.
That
Never
flow
lack
is
of
disgusting.
substance either. Last tape proper. Next one gon' be ether. Nothing but heaters from 2 non-people pleasers. I'm everywhere like Little Caesar's pizza. Almost 2 decades. The rent's been paid. And there's no way to go but up the...
I'm everywhere like Little Caesar's Pizza and Fire Bar. Shout out Little Caesars, man. Ultimate struggle meal.
Foundation's been laid. My family is the biggest. You know, social club misfits making movies with Apollo. We're the first people to witness. Yes.
Lovely sample, Marchesi, man. I gotta give that's claps. Masterpiece. Muy bien. Magnifique. This was a masterfully produced project. This is a crazy, that is disgusting beat, bruh. The horn sample. Yeah, and dude, that was Good Citizen, and that was I Came in God's Name. Wow. Listen, I've loved everything that Fern has been dropping ever since he's been on Apollo. I like the Shiesty EP. I love the Proper tape that dropped a month ago. Can't speak highly of that enough. But man, I gotta tell you, I think this I Came in God's Name is my favorite project I've heard from Fern yet. This is just masterful. The production from Marchesi, like I said, man, we gotta give it up for you, bro, because you did your thing, brother. You did your thing. I don't think I will ever forget about that Kings beat. That Kings beat so far is on my top of my, like, for beats of the year, that's on my top beats of the year list, because I have not heard anything that's made my jaw drop like that joint did. This is, and every song feels like it hit. All the production was masterful. I mean, Fern talking about all the wisdom he has. He's in his wisdom era. He mentions that across the tape. He talks about his testimony. He talks about his job. This is grown man raps, you know what I'm saying? But it ain't whack. Listen, Fern might be in his 40s rapping, but let me tell you, he's doing it a lot better than you guys who are half his age. Let me tell you like that. Fern is him. Fern is him. If I had to give anything for this project, I'm giving this project a 9 out of 10. I mean, it is so short. It is so sweet. I mean, yes, there's some tracks I think that pale in comparison to others, but it is far and few between, and everything on this really just is a highlight. I can't wait to give this another spin. You let me know down in the comment section down below, what was your favorite track from this project? Was it Audio 9048 Point Dot Wave? Was it the outro track? Mine was definitely Kings. But you let me know down in the comment section down below. Guys, as always, you have a blessed week, and I'll see you in the next one. The next one should be the Indie Tribe reaction or a New Music Friday. So whatever it is, I'll see you there. Peace.